And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, and back with the MLB Star 22 custom franchise and custom league. And there's a matchup there between the Wizards and New York that we're going to hop into. We're going to focus specifically on Austin Martin here in this game. We are into September now, so September call-ups are happening, and some guys are making their debuts here in this episode. And Austin Martin is one of those players, +5 to his power and contact versus righties this year. He's hit them very well this season. +4 to his power versus lefties, +4 to his vision, as well as discipline. The only stat that has gone down for him this year, but his defense has gotten a little bit better there, and he's got good speed as well. And yeah, Austin Martin's had a great season this year and was doing well in the minors and in AA. So we will get onto this game with him here, and he's making his debut against the New York Honey Badgers, 76-58. Our New York here as this last month gets underway. And let's take a look at what Austin Martin did in AAA this season. He batted .286, had a .354 on base, an .827 OPS, 19 home runs, 59 RBIs, and 150 hits, exactly over 30 doubles. So, you know, even the slugging percentage was pretty good for him down there in AAA. So, had a really good season all throughout his AAA time. And the Wizards here trying to get a boost and see, you know, some of these players who's going to be a part of that core for them going forward. And they want him to be a part of it. And so we'll see what he can do here in his Major League debut. As we have no score here in the top of the second inning with Austin Martin coming to the plate. And he was in the All-Star game in AAA. He was in the Futures game, I would think, as well this season. So we've seen him a few times this year. He's going to swing and line the first pitch he sees here. Maybe that might have not have been the first pitch of that at bat, but he swings and lines that pitch right to the first baseman. And so we'll go here, bottom three. Christian Yelich is at the plate here. And this ball is hitting well deep into center field. Austin Martin is ranging back right out in front of the wall, and he will make the catch. That one hit very well by Yelich, but does not have enough distance. Robbie Ray pitching for Winnipeg here in this game, and we have a pitcher's duel brewing right now. No score in this one as we go to the top of the fifth. Justin Steele pitching in this one for New York. And here's the first pitch to Martin. This at-bat is a swing and a drive deep to left field, and it's gone! First Major League hit is the first home run for Austin Martin in his Major League career. A bomb to left, and Winnipeg scores first here in this one, 1-0 Wizards. And hit number one, home run number one for Austin Martin. 19 of those in AAA this season. Was one of the front runners in that stat, in that category. I don't know where he ranked nationally, you know, in AAA in home runs, but it was probably up there in the top 5, as he was going to get a congratulatory celebration there from his bench after giving him the silent treatment on that swing. Well, what a swing that was there for Austin Martin, and a big milestone for him. So a 1-0 game. Now Wilmer Flores is going to double there and bring home 2 more runs for Winnipeg, and so it's now 3-0 as Austin Martin comes back up to the plate. Well, how do you follow up your first hit? That is a bomb. That's a fly ball, and it's going to be caught by Judge there in right field, so that is an out. Now, Luis Hernandez pitching now for New York. And, man, Robbie Ray has pitched really, really well in this game so far. But there's a 2-run home run by Jose Abreu. And so the ERA for him this season around 4 this year for Robbie Ray. And now we're in the bottom of the 7th, and it's now only a 1-run game. So William Contreras is up here, and that's a fly ball. And, you know, I mean, good defense for Austin Martin. It's not, you know, necessarily the super strength of his game. He's pretty decent there at center field, but not a major weakness out there in center, as he is going to hit this one pretty well into right again, but that one is caught as well by Judge. Had a good read on it. And that might be the last at bat of this game for Martin here as Abreu comes up, hit his 20th home run. He is on his last time at the plate. And we're getting down to the late stages of this game in the bottom of the 8th inning now. Cody Stashik is pitching. Fly ball into center for Martin, and he's got this one easily, as that is the catch there to end the top of the 8th inning. So, you know, in center field, I don't know if that's where he's going to be really for the future with this team. I think there's some other guys that have, you know, I mean, the other outfielders right now is the Wizards going to win this game. The other outfielders right now, Nick Castellanos and Bryce Harper. And Bryce Harper will probably play some center, but Castellanos is pretty solidly there in left. He's the worst defender out of those 3 outfielders right now. But big win there for the Wizards. They take this one from New York and get the 3-2 victory. And that home run by Austin Martin ends up being really huge in this game for the Wizards, who, you know, they have Harper, who's hitting really well, and Nick Castellanos has been hitting really well also this season. Willie Adames has been pretty good this year also. But, yeah, I mean, Austin Martin 1 for 4. Had a good day, had a home run. But overall, you know, this offense is just not super strong. And in the pitching has also been pretty, you know, there's just not really a lot of standout guys in this rotation. Robbie Ray hasn't been awful this year necessarily. Gets the win in this game. But, you know, he is their ace pitcher, their highest rated guy. And he does have an over 4 ERA. And this bullpen isn't great, but it was good in this game. There was no runs allowed at all by this bullpen in this one. King with his 15th save of the year. And then New York, we've seen this team a lot this season. They have been one of the better ones in baseball here. And you got Jose Abreu with his 20th home run of the year. Yelich has 32 doubles now. And Abreu up to 52 RBIs. So that is a look at this lineup. And yeah, the bottom of this batting order, you know, Vargas is starting kind of now for New York and trying to figure out second base for them. That's been a weakness there for them. And Steele, you know, 4 or 5 pitcher in this rotation, 6 hits for him, 3 runs, 3 walks. And then Kittredge he lowered his ERA to below 3 there. Pitched a few scoreless innings as well. So that was a good debut there for Martin. And now we move on to the Toronto Firebirds and Max Muncy, who is a 77 overall. And, I mean, his defense is definitely boosting that overall a lot. His defense is super, super solid there at shortstop. And I like his hitting rating, 63 contact, 57 vision, and 59 discipline there. The power, for, you know, 39 and 45, +4 is +5s for him in those categories. In AAA, this is what his numbers look like. 480 at-bats, 126 hits, 16 doubles, 9 home runs. The slugging isn't amazing for him, but 347 on base, you know, 58 walks, a 262 batting average. So his AAA numbers were pretty decent overall, I would say. And his ratings, though, are really good, and I want to get him a shot at the majors this year. And then Michael Toglia on the other side for the Portland Chinooks. He's up to a 70 overall now. And his defense, pretty good, though, well-rounded defensively. +5 to kind of versus righties, +5 to power versus lefties as well. And, you know, pretty even across the board with his hitting ratings there. Nothing too, you know, huge to stand out for you, but just a solid hitter overall. And then Drew Waters is also, you know, an older guy, 24 years old, but does have some great attribute increases this season, +6 and +7 to his contact ratings. And he's, you know, he was batting like 280 plus this season in AAA for the Chinooks. And so it's only a 68 overall. His defense isn't amazing there in the outfield, but, you know, Portland is right now 59 and 76, one of the worst teams in the league record-wise, and so, you know, why not give him a shot here at the majors as well? We went for a really good season at AAA, but, you know, Michael Toglia is the guy that is younger, and I think the guy that has higher potential and a higher ceiling on this team going forward, but, you know, we get to see a chance to see both of those players here today, and Logan Webb comes on out, 3.38 ERA and a 1.22 whip for him this season. He's been pretty good as Seattle's ace this year. But he's running into a bases-loaded situation here in the first inning. Michael Toglia with an opportunity here, but it's a ground ball to Gio Urshela, and he makes the play to get the final out of the inning. Logan Webb, man, a lot of traffic in that first inning, but no runs for Portland. They get a couple of hits in that frame, but do not score. So, Tyler Mahle pitching for the Chinooks here, and 170 innings for him, 160 hits allowed, 1.2 whip, 153 strikeouts, a 3.49 ERA, nothing wrong with those stats for him. He's been overall solid this season, as Drew Waters is up to the plate now, and Seattle right now, going into the last month of the season, only one game above 500, as Walsh is going to recover after not fielding the ball super cleanly there and take it to first base. Steps on the bag for the second out. So we're in a quick managing here, and Kyle Lewis launches a 2-run home run for Portland, so they take the lead off of that. And now we're in the bottom of the third and quick manage. There's a base hit and an RBI for Xander Bogaerts, and now Juan Soto gets a single and scores another run. Bases loaded for Jared Walsh now. And that is another single there for Walsh, another RBI. Bases still loaded there. Sac fly for Travis Giordano, and that was a rough inning for Tyler Mahle there, as Seattle gets 4 runs in that frame, I think, and they're ahead now 5-2 as they go to the fourth. And as this ball is a little dribbler, and beating it out is Michael Toglia. He is safe on that, and it's an infield single for his first major league hit. So, I mean, doesn't hit it super hard, doesn't really hit it very far. Obviously there, the pitcher had to field it, but he had just enough speed to beat that out. And, you know, you take your first hit no matter how you get it there, whether it's via, infield single or not, as that is going to be only 1 out. It looked like Gio Urshela kind of didn't know whether or not he was going to go to third and touch the bag there to get the force, or whether he was going to try to turn the double play the conventional way. And so now first and third, 1 out there. That pitch by Logan somehow misses the strike zone. I'm not sure that looked like a strike to me. But now the count is 2-2 to Carson Kelly here. And the pitch to Kelly is a slider. Drilled deep into left field. Solak looks up, and that ball is gone. Gone in a hurry for Carson Kelly. 15th of the year for him. A 3-run jack. And the Chinooks have, just like that, tied the game. It's 5-5. So what a swing there by Carson Kelly, and absolutely demolishes this pitcher. And a slider missed in location by Logan Webb. And just an absolute bomb. 386 on the distance there. Halfway up the seats in left field. And now it's a 5-5 game as we go into the 5th inning here. And Toglia up for his third at bat. It's another ground ball to Urshela. And he is going to make that throw across a diamond to get the out. So halfway home in this game, and we have a good one here. So far tied at 5 as we go to the top of the 6th. And Drew Waters, his third at bat of the game. Logan Webb still on the mound here. Only has 74 pitches. And there's a ground ball. And Diaz has it, and a good throw to first base, kind of on the move there by Yandy Diaz, and he does get the out. So we are moving on all the way now to the top of the 8th inning, and it's still a 5-5 game with Michael Toglia coming up for his third at bat. John Curtis is pitching now for Seattle, as that is a swing and a miss on a 4-seamer there inside for a strikeout, and actually the first strikeout we've seen in this episode so far, as now Keston Hiura up to the plate. 0 for 3 here, as that's a slider on the corner there, bottom of the zone, and a perfect location for strike 3 by John Curtis. So a big strikeout right there, and that is the end of the top of the 8th inning. So the Raptors here and the Chinooks still tied up as we go bottom 8. So Daniel Norris pitching for Portland, and Travis Giordano coming up for Seattle, and he has struggled this season. His average is not very high this year, as that is a swing and a miss, and Dano Norris gets a strikeout there. So here's Nick Solak, 279 average for him, 20 home runs, 59 RBIs, 840 OPS. He has been really solid this year for Seattle, and he's going to fly this one deep into center field, and it's caught by Kyle Lewis, who just kind of kept backing up there, but ends up finding room to make the catch. So we're going to go to the 9th inning now, and Portland here wanted to get something to, you know, I mean, at the point now, or walk off very much in the picture, and we're going to bring out Brent Honeywell Jr., the Raptors are, and he has pitched 125 innings this year, and he has an over 5 ERA. His average against against righties is over 300 this season. So I don't know if it's the guy I would go to here in this situation, but he's got the first 2 outs of the 9th, and now Val Contreras pops it up into the outfield, so that is going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Brent Honeywell there. But yeah, I mean, I get it, it's a tie game, you want him to pitch multiple innings if necessary, but I don't know about that decision, as Giovanni Gallegos is going to be brought out here for Portland, and they go to their closer here in a game that they know, you know, he's not going to have a chance to close this game out. And he has been so good this season, over below 2 ERA. You saw those averages against, they were insane. And honestly, he is up there right now. I mean, I am looking at him as a potential reliever of the year candidate. He's not going to have, you know, the saves that a lot of his other guys and the other competitors are going to have. Josh Hader has a lot of, he leads the league in saves right now, I believe, but I mean, he has just pitched so good, and look at these pitches, just domination right now for Gallegos. Gets 2 strikeouts here to begin the bottom of this inning right now, as that slider was just filthy, and yeah, only a slider he threw in that at bat, and Gio Shelley just way early on and had no chance. He's got Brian De La Cruz here with 2 strikes now, as that one is, you're going to make contact with that one, a fly ball into left, and it is caught to end the 9th inning. But yeah, I don't think we've seen Giovanni Gallegos pitch this season for Portland, but he is going to be up there for, you know, reliever of the year voting, and 25 home runs, 74 RBIs for Bo Bichette this season, as that is a line drive, and that is caught by center field. That just, I mean, a liner that just did not land there. Unfortunately, hit it really well, but did not end up falling in the outfield. And here's Kyle Lewis, who does have a home run in this game, has a nearly 800 OPS on the season, as that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Brent Honeywell Jr. has got a couple of good innings here in this outing. And this is the first time that we've seen Portland since the Matt Chapman trade. And, you know, this Chinooks offense is actually not too terrible, I don't think. They got some good players on this batting order, as Juan Soto comes up. And, you know, Juan Soto won the MVP last year, had a crazy good season. And, you know, he has a good season right now this year, as he's going to swing and miss here at this 4-seamer way up there near the eyes for another strikeout for Gallegos. But, you know, batting .250, the average is way lower for him this season. Still has a lot of home runs, over 20 this year, as Teoscar Hernandez comes up, pops up in the infield here, and don't mind him phasing through Carson Kelly there, but Carson Kelly makes the catch to end the inning. And, you know, Teoscar Hernandez, he had an 800 OPS going, when he was traded, and that OPS has dropped for him to 874, so, you know, he's still hitting well, but I think he has, you know, I think his production has kind of slowed down since he was traded to Seattle, as that's a fly ball, and it's caught there, as Toglia 1 for 5 on the game for him, as De La Cruz makes the catch. His name kind of looks interesting there in the back of his jersey, as Caston here is up here. So Honeywell Jr., first 2 outs of this 11th inning, and he gets a swing and a miss from here on a slider inside. I mean, middle cut of the plate, but inside corner, so I guess it was a good enough pitch that did not, you know, here he didn't do any damage on it, and now he swings right through that pitch right there. And a fantastic pitch by Honeywell, and really good outing for him. As Michael Feliz comes out, 26 innings, 3.81 ERA for him this season. Out of that Portland bullpen that has struggled this season overall, I think. But Michael Feliz has been a good point, and obviously Giovanni Gallegos has been insane this season. As now 2 strikes on Jared Walsh here. As that is a swing and a miss on a pitch inside, way inside to him there. As Feliz gets a strikeout. Jared Walsh looking a little foolish on that swing there. And Dustin Harris, by the way, winning Rookie of the Month in the American League. I mean, we saw him a lot. We saw him in a couple of episodes, and we saw a few home runs that he hit. So he has been really good so far since that call-up there for Boston and making an impact, as that is a base hit for Nick Solak. One of the first hits that we've seen in extra innings, actually, between both of these teams right now, as it just got past the shed at shortstop. So Yanni Diaz at the plate here, and he swings at a fastball, kind of set a cut, but into center field. And Kyle Lewis, though, looks to catch that one and get the end of the inning here without really anything happening. So we are done with 11 innings, and we are tied up here still at 5 apiece. So we're on to the 12th, and here's Drew Waters, who does not have a hit yet in this game, still searching for number 1 of his career, as he's going to swing and miss at I think that might be a screwball there, or, you know, a slurve or something there from Honeywell. I actually don't know what his pitch mix is, as that's a fly ball. Brian De La Cruz on the move, and he jumps and makes the catch. Wow. Alright, so Drew Waters, you kind of feel like he got hosed there. He hit the ball really well. His hardest hit ball of the game, and he does not get rewarded for it, as that fastball, I don't know, that looked like a strike to me there at the bottom of the zone, but it is called ball 4. And Ty France comes up. 811 OPS for him, 25 home runs, and 79 RBIs. That's one of the highest RBI counts on the team. I'm not sure who is number 1 in RBIs on this team, but he's got to be up there, as he does take strike 2 here. So 0-2 count, big opportunity, big spot in this game, obviously, as Brent Honeywell Jr. 50th pitch of the game, and it is a swing and a miss for a strikeout. So Ty France could not come through, and Brent Honeywell Jr., man, I mean, that ERA, not in a great spot for him going into this outing, but he has really impressed me in this outing. 3 really good no-run innings here in extras. Actually, 4, because he pitched the 9th as well. The 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So now we go bottom 12. Michael Feliz still pitching here, as Europe does not handle it cleanly, and he still recovers to get the play and get the out. So it was hit hard enough, you know, that actually that was Ty France at third base. I don't know why I said catching here, but Ty France still had a chance to recover there, and Xander Bogaerts is up. 22 home runs, 58 RBIs, a 280 batting average for him this season. Really good offensive numbers. It's what he usually does. He's he's been a good offensive player for years now. And Juan Soto sitting on deck, and that average there is sitting at 241. But, you know, the power, he still has that, as that's a fly ball, and that one lands into center field for a hit here. So only the second or third hit we've seen in extra innings here, and now a man on for 1. Soto, who's going to swing and miss, and a changeup way outside. I mean, I don't know, or actually it was inside, but I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why Juan Soto here is so eager to swing at that pitch, as that was not close. And now we go to the 13th inning here, still tied up. As Tim Mayza comes out of the bullpen and was the closer on this team for a while, but blew 10 saves and has, you know, moves him out of that out of that role. And, you know, 3 or 5 average against righties is not very good, and so just have not seen him do very well this season. This season has been a down year for him overall. Tyler Nake went up here, and he's going to get a base hit, his 3rd hit of this game here, into left field. So there's the go-ahead run. And, yeah, there's no extra inning runner. That is not something that I can even do in this series, as that's a swing and a miss. That ball hit him. I think that was Toglia there at the plate, and he swings at a pitch that hits him in the leg. That was crazy. So we go bottom 13, and Dylan Tate, 5.35 ERA, 3.62 average right now against righties. He's walked 10 hitters already. So, you know, last year he was one of the best relievers in baseball. Honestly, he was super good last season, but this year, it's just a reversal of everything that he was doing right last season, really. And he has really struggled. He's been a disappointment for sure in this Portland bullpen, but he does get a strikeout here off of Hernandez, who goes 0 for 5 in this game. You know, he is 0 for 5 in this game. That was a wild swing by Jared Walsh there to get the first strike of this at bat. But that's a swing. Naquin loses it a little bit there and does not catch it. And so now going up to second base and getting there is, that was Jared Walsh, yeah, with his 20th double of the year. And I don't know what happened here. I don't know why the game did not lock me into an animation to catch that ball. But that was not really Tyler Naquin's fault. But that's a line drive. That one nearly stays fair. And Travis Tirinata, I mean, they just want to show us that stat. 196 runners in scoring position. Castanheira stops that ball from going in the outfield, and safe is Gironod there. That is going to be a base hit for him. And actually, that diving stop by Castanheira probably saves this game for Portland, as that probably would have scored. They would have sent him home if that ball got into the outfield. And now Dylan Tate cannot find the strike zone here, as Johnny Diaz sitting on deck with a 294 batting average, but Nick Solak is down 3-0. I don't know why he's batting 8th in this lineup, though, actually. Now that I think about it, as that's a ground ball stopped by Toglia, but he's not going to... He was a little bit confused there, as he does not throw it home, and Jared Walsh scores. And this game is over. So, I think he was trying to get a double play in that situation. Trying to step on first base and then go to second to try and get a double play, you know, kind of an unconventional way. But that is how the game ends, and the Raptors win it here 6-5. So, yeah, a great stop by Michael Toglia there, but a little bit of a scramble here after this play was over. Didn't really know where to go, and yeah, I was trying to get a double play here in this situation, as I thought Toglia stepped on the bag right there when he got up after stopping that ball. I thought he had stepped on first base, and so, you know, by the time that I realized he did not step on first, Jared Walsh was already at home plate. And I don't know if he would have been able to get Jared Walsh at home there, but if I knew he didn't step on the bag, then I would have probably thrown it home there and tried to get Walsh going to the plate. But I thought he had stepped on first base already. So that was a little bit of a weird ending to that game, and it was a little bit of a, you know, I mean, the ball with Naquin that I did not catch there, that was kind of on me there at the end of that game, honestly. But either way, Seattle wins this one. They are 2 games above 500 now, as you see the Portland lineup, and I didn't get into any of those averages there, but Kelly with a home run, 15 on the season. Lewis has 18 on the season. And again, overall, I don't think the issue with this team is really their offense. I think their offense it's decent. It's, you know, middle of the pack in terms of the league, in terms of all of baseball right now. But they're pitching. Tyler Mahle, 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 walks. You know, not a great evening for him. But the bullpen was good, and Dylan Tate gave up a run and gave up the lead. And Seattle here, what are they going to have to do to, you know, make a push potentially to get back to the playoffs after being the best team in the American League last year? You know, Bogart's 3 for 5, an RBI, 281 average for him. Soto, 2 for 5 out. A couple of bad strikeouts in this game, though, with a couple of RBIs. Walsh really hitting well. I mean, Hernandez, it's not a problem really with the offense. Travis Gironod hasn't been great this season. But, you know, Nick Solak, Johnny Diaz, those guys are hitting really well. Bogarts has 6 triples. Walsh with 20 home runs, 79 RBIs, might be leading the team. Although Soto has 69 there as well. So, yeah, I think Jared Walsh is leading this team in RBIs. But Logan Webb, 6.1 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Curtis, 1.2 scoreless innings. Brent Honeywell Jr. lowered that ERA to below 5 with 4 really good scoreless innings. And then Tim Meza as well, a scoreless inning. So we'll see how that team ends up, you know, what happens with that team ending up going into this last month here, as the Bees 65-70, and, you know, they are 5 games below 500, but they're really not crazy far out of the divisional race right now in the in the National League West, as, you know, the as leading this division right now is the Rattlers, and they only 5 games above 500. So CJ Cron there, really good as numbers for him, and Acuna, Cron, those guys are on hot streaks right now. Joey Wendell's on a cold streak, 268 average for him. DJ Stewart, 241 average, 10 home runs, 32 ribbies, and some increases for him, but this is not really what I was expecting for him when they traded him, and they traded for him last season. But he's on a hot streak right now, and hopefully he can contribute more to this offense. But here is Vito Brujan, and we just saw Teoscar Hernandez for Seattle. This is one of the guys that the Bees got in return here in this trade, and plus 13 Contact versus lefties is insane for him. Plus 4 Contact versus righties. So his contact numbers have been going up in crazy, by a crazy amount this year, and I kind of can see why. Looking at his stats, 440 at bats in AAA, and he was batting. He had a 295 batting average and a 369 on base, near 800 OPS, 27 doubles, 9 home runs, 43 ribbies. So he was hitting really well in AAA all season long between both the Seattle and the Salt Lake City farm system. And so he's 25 years old already, so a bit of an older prospect here making his debut. But I think, this is as good a time as any to have him start and get on the team for his first Major League action. And there's a look at this division there. Colorado, 70-65, leading the division. San Diego, 69-65. So, 5 games back of this division. San Francisco, 6 games back there at 64-71. And then the Las Vegas Gamblers are pretty much out of the playoff contention at this point, out of the divisional race right now. And they are still rebuilding. But Blake Snell has been good this season for the Rattlers. 148 innings at a 3.64 ERA and a 1.26 whip. But he is struggling here in this first inning. He gives up 2 runs there in that first inning. Brian Reynolds has a single, another RBI. He has over 100 RBIs already this season, by the way, which is insane. But here is Vito Brujan. So 25 years old. A lot of position flexibility. He can play pretty much anywhere on the field, and so he's got a lot of secondaries, and that is a big thing for Salt Lake to be able to use him wherever they need him, basically. As the Rattlers, 70-65, they've been kind of trading. The Sharks have been leading this division for the majority of the season, but Colorado's always been there in the picture as well. About 500 baseball team, as that's a fly ball. It's hit deep out there into left, and it's caught. That nearly got over left fielder's head. I believe that's Seth Brown in left for Colorado, and it nearly drops in, but it does not, and so it's a fly out there for him in his first professional at bat, and now it's a tie game. Good look at this stadium here, as you don't really see this stadium from this angle a lot here, as we don't do a lot of player locks, as that was strike 3, and yeah, not sure what Brujan was waiting for there. That was a good pitch to swing out there on 2 strikes. But he'll be going 0 for 2 here, as there's a base hit for Duggar. Now there's CJ Cron with a home run. 2-run home run by Joey Wendell. Now, that is his 9th of the season. And Blake Snell is still pitching here, but swinging early on that 4-seamer, and it's just a ground ball to third base, and stopped and thrown over to the bag, over to first base for the out. So Almontero so far has not been a part of a really good offensive day for Salt Lake City. They have 6 runs now in this game. Matt Manning pitching and popped up in the infield, and that is not what we want to see. Unfortunate there. Vito Brujan pops up, and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze here any minute. Hopefully it passes. Vito Brujan though 0 for 4 in this game. Top of the 9th, last chance here, last out for Salt Lake in this game, and he's going to swing at the first pitch here and hits it well, and it's caught. Run down by the left fielder again, and I mean, that was another ball similar to that first at bat that he had. Hit really well, and the outfielder had to drift a long way to catch it, but he does end up catching it. And an 0 for 5 day for Lazaro Materos in his Major League debut. So not a successful debut, not exactly what we want to see here from him. And, I thought about jumping into another game with him to get that milestone, to get his first hit, but I did not end up doing that here. So And that's all we're going to see from him in this game. But Salt Lake City had a really good day offensively. Otherwise, I showed you Lazaro Materos. He was called up for Salt Lake a little bit ago, and he has not been doing very well for them right now. 0 for 2. Didn't walk 3 times, though. But Mateo had a hit. Acuna had 2 hits, 3 RBIs. He's got 30 home runs now and 78 ribbies. He's been just incredible this season. TJ Crone had a home run, 24 of them as well for him now. 69 RBIs. Went in with his 9th home run as well. And then Jack Flaherty gets the win. 7 really good innings for him. 6 hits, only 1 earned run, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. Reyes, an inning there, 4.71 ERA for him. And then Kolarek, an inning, 4.54 ERA. As Colorado, you look at this lineup here, and I think there's some star power on this lineup. Mookie Betts has been batting .271. Brian Reynolds has been absolutely unbelievable this season. 106 RBIs. He is an MVP candidate right now. Carlos Correa has been pretty good. But, not a lot of star power outside of that. I mean, Brown, Calhoun has not been very good since this trade to get him here. And Madrigal, 58 RBIs. He's doing pretty well as a rookie, but, overall the offense is not very deep on this team. And Snell there, not an amazing start for him. And you see the rest of the bullpen for Colorado. As we move on to a debut here, a couple debuts in this game, the Phoenix Scorpions have just called up Johnny Houston from AAA, and he is 20 years old, and a guy that is not going to get a lot better than what he is right now. He's a C-potential guy, and is not, only can really do one thing, and that is hit the baseball pretty well. 66 and 68 contact ratings, really good vision, discipline and clutch, but his power versus lefties is also increased by a lot. And so we're just going to try to see if he can be a good DH going forward this season and what he can do in the Major League squad. And, another guy here, this is for the, playing for the Los Angeles Dragons. And we've talked about Wes Adams before in this season here, and he is one of the biggest storylines, I think, of this entire year. I mean, look at these increases. Plus 13, contact versus lefties, plus 4. Contact versus lefties, 13 versus righties, plus 4 to vision, 3 to discipline, 2 to clutch. And he's got great speed, great stealing ability. I don't usually do this because he was just drafted by Los Angeles last year. But, 79 and 55 for them this season. Phoenix 5 games above 500. But he was doing so well in AAA, like record-breaking numbers. Near a 400 on-base percentage all season. That I want to give him a shot here. As you see, the AL Central, Los Angeles is pretty comfortably ahead in this division right now. Vancouver, 11 games above 500, 6.5 back. Phoenix, 5 games above 500. Seattle now 69 and 67. And then Portland, 59 and 77, 21 games back. So, this team, I don't know if a division title is really going to be in the cards for them, but they are definitely in the running for a potential potential wildcard spot for sure. As here he is, Wes Adams, coming on to face the Phoenix Scorpions here. They're 3 games back in the wildcard right now. As that's a swing and a liner that drops in for a base hit. Wes Adams wastes no time. 3rd pitch of the at-bat, and he finds a hole and gets his first major league hit. So, I'm just so excited about Wes Adams. Had a over 330 batting average all season, had a almost 400 OPS, more walks and strikeouts for the majority of his time at AAA. Just had one of the best numbers, some of the best numbers I've seen in AAA for a first-year player. And, Los Angeles, this team is stacked with talent. I want to give him a shot here in the majors, as that is a great double play turned by Michael Lorenzen, who has not been very good this season. You saw his numbers, his ERA is over 5 this year. But he does get a couple of big outs right there. And Michael Brantley is at 3rd base, 90 feet away. And Jose Altuve has, the average against lefties is definitely a lot lower. But, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, 281 against righties. And 19 home runs, 70 RBIs overall for him. Really good numbers this season for Altuve. As he fouls that first pitch back there, the cutter high. And now 0-2 count as that is a cutter in the zone for strike 3. And a great pitch by Lorenzen there. Ends the first inning. A couple of hits for Los Angeles, but no runs in that frame. So we go bottom 1. Albert Alazolay on the mound for the Dragons, and he has a below 4 ERA, 3.92, 1.26 ERA, 119 strikeouts. Overall, good numbers for Albert Alazolay. He has been, he's been definitely consistent. As Tim Castro, by the way, was also called up. He was the other guy that was called up for Phoenix at the September call-up period. And he is a guy that, obviously is stealing, and his speed is generally his greatest asset. And that's a throw across, and Diamond Johnny Houston in his first Major League at-bat will ground out to third base. But I just want to have him up here in the majors to have as a pitch run option for sure for Phoenix here. And now it's Wes Adams up again, as there's another ground ball, and that's another grounder over to the right side and through. Nobody over there. And once again, Wes Adams finds that, a spot where there is not anybody to stop the ball, and great swing on a pitch down in the zone for him. And now it's Corey Seager, and he is, Wes Adams showing no fear, showing he can be, he's ready for the big stage, not even a full year after he was drafted. So really impressed with him so far in his first couple of at-bats, as Corey Seager is up here near 800 OPS for him this season. 1-2 pitch. It's a pop-up in foul territory, actually. Corey Alfaro is there to make the catch, and that is not what Los Angeles was looking for. A very unproductive out. As Altuve will come up again here for a second time. Struck out his first at-bat. Golden opportunity here to score some runs. As the Lorenzen comes with a first pitch here. It's a cutter, but it's a fly ball over to Tyrone Taylor in left field, and he makes the catch. So that'll be out number 2. And Los Angeles here, they already stranded a couple of runners in that first inning. Now Joey Gallo looking to prevent stranding some more. 100 RBIs on the season, by the way, for Joey Gallo here. 2-2 pitch to him, and it's a circle change on the corner for strike 3. Another strikeout call looking to end an inning for Michael Lorenzen here in this game. That was paint dotting the corner. And 6 hits for the Dragons here so far, but only 1 run as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. So here we are in the top of the 4th now in quick manage, as Josh Jung at the plate, and he's going to ground it out. Now Corey Lee is going to double and get a run home. Now 2-1, so Los Angeles is ahead here in this game, and here is Wes Adams. 2 for 2 so far in his Major League career, with Michael Lorenzen still pitching here. 70th pitch for him, as that is a cutter up high. And the vision, discipline, and clutch for him is just so good. I don't think you're going to see him swinging at a lot of pitches that he really shouldn't. And he just makes contact almost every time he's up there, as it's a ground ball. Alec Boehm has it, and they'll throw over to the second base for the out. But, yeah, what a story for him. Drafted in the 5th round last year, the last draft pick that the Dragons selected, and he ended up being the number, and he flew up the draft, the prospect boards, and he ended up being the number 1 prospect in the majors at certain points of this season, and just, had an incredible AAA time, and he played so well that I just felt like, compelled to give him a shot here. Let's see what happens in this last month. I wanted to probably be starting on this roster going into next season anyway, so let's just give him some Major League action right now, because his stats, or his attributes, are incredible, and he seems ready for it. And he seemed ready for it here so far. There's a steal by Tim Castro, 99 stealing. He's going to be doing that a lot, as that's a base hit by Marcus Semien, and Phoenix will take a lead off of that there as they go ahead 3-2.
Your attention, please.
So Nick Sandlin comes out, and he has a 1.75 whip, and immediately gives up a walk and a double to retie the game up again. And he's not been good this season. Michael Brantley gets a base hit off of him here And the ERA for him has ballooned over 5 now. And Wes Adams will come up again for a 4th time. So a lot of base runners will give a lot of opportunities here in this game to Wes Adams. Already his 4th at plate appearance, as that's a fly ball. Tyrone Taylor, he is there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. That'll get the 2nd out of this inning here in the 6th. So, I mean, a good swing. No strikeouts for him so far. Corey Seager comes up here at a 795 OPS, 20 home runs, and 69 RBIs on the season. As that ball is running inside and it hits him. Hits Corey Seager on the foot there. And that will bring up Jose Altuve once again. Altuve 0 for 3, looking to reverse that here. As he is going to swing and hit this one deep into the outfield, and it is caught by Hunter Renfroe on the run. Hit pretty well there by Altuve, but does not land in the outfield, as we will go in back in a quick manage. 5, 6, 7 hitters here in the bottom of the 6th, and there's a home run by Tyrone Taylor. Wow, so I mean, only his 7th home run of the year. Definitely not a power hitter, but he hits a home run there, and we're tied up. And Kenta Maeda is going to come out of the bullpen here, and he has not been great this season. 5.38 ERA, 286 average against righties, 324 against lefties. So I don't know about this move right here. This is a better bullpen to be able to bring somebody else in, but Maeda here. Let's see what he can do in the bottom of the 7th inning. Got to face 3 batters at least, and he'll face the rookie Johnny Houston first. It's a ground ball to fellow rookie Adams there, and Wes Adams will make the play. And, you know, the defense for him, the actual defense is pretty good, but his throw power and throw accuracy are definitely low right now. Those are 2 of his lowest attributes, and attributes that he needs to really work on. Like right now, he pretty much strictly is only going to be a second baseman. He just does not have the arm strength to actually play at short. And look at that catch by Joey Gallo. Oh my goodness. Diving grab in center field to prevent a hit by Josh Lau. Wow, diving stop. What a play by Gallo. I mean, he has incredible defensive attributes, and he just made a crazy catch right there to end the 7th inning. We keep going in this game. Josh Jung up here. 745 OPS for him, 260 average on the season, 9 home runs and 40 RBIs. And I like doing it this way because now we actually, you know, we're late in the game, and it's a big critical spot in this game, and you know, you're gonna get to see, you're gonna get to see a lot of this lineup here for both of these teams, and I think that's a good way to do it. You know, not a lot of, you know, less full games and more of this type of stuff, so that we just hop in and win. And the critical moments are happening, as that's a swing and a miss, as Taylor gets a big strikeout there on Josh Jung, who was late on that fastball for sure. So now 2 down for Michael Brantley, who was 3 for 3 in this game, 308 average on the season for him, 24 homers and 76 RBIs. He has been awesome for Los Angeles as their leadoff man, and that's a fly ball down the line, and it's going to land just foul. Nearly a hit down the line. Might have been extra bases. 2-2 pitch. Now to Brantley. It's a slider. Swung on and missed on the outside corner. Good pitch by Taylor there. And we go bottom 8. And this one, just like the last game that we saw, is coming down to the wire here. Coming down to the late innings. Marcus Semien is up. 241 average for him, 82 RBIs. I'm assuming leads this Phoenix team here. That's a ground ball. Adams, a long run. He got it, and he does not get the out, unfortunately, as that actually is going to be a base hit for Marcus Semien. And, you know, I think this is, you know, it's a hard play because Wes Adams is playing in the shift, playing behind second base, but I think, you know, there's a little bit of a hesitation there. And a little bit of a delay between getting the ball out of his glove and over to first base. As here's Hunter Renfroe. And he's been awesome this season. Actually, he's our guy leader on this team. 260 average, 821 OPS, 31 home runs, and 94 RBIs. So he has just been fantastic, and you know, really important season for him. Last season of his deal, and you know, free agent at the end of the year. as that is a stolen base for Marcus Semien. 14th this season. He is putting himself now in a scoring position. And that's a ground ball, and Seager's got it. Easy play, and unfortunately unproductive out for Phoenix as
the third baseman,
having to stay at second base there is Marcus Semien. So now Bohm is up here, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs for him this season. He's been all right for Phoenix this year. As now he's trying to steal third base, and he's going to get thrown out. I don't know why you do that. There's 2 outs in this. There was 1 out in this inning now, but really aggressive move right there. And now Bohm is going to fly this one into the outfield here, and it's going to land fair for a hit. And Alec Bohm is going to second base, and he's going to get there with a double. So you try to steal third base with Marcus Semien, and then the very next the very next contact that's made is extra bases down the line. Yeah, that is a mistake there. I mean, just way too aggressive there. You don't need Marcus Semien to get all the way to third base. He's going to score on a base hit probably, with his speed. So that ends up coming back to bite them really bad. And here's Adam Hazley, who has 16 home runs, 55 RBIs, a 792 OPS this year. One of those guys that I didn't know what his role would really be with Phoenix this season. Didn't know what to expect from him this year, but he's actually hit the ball pretty well this season for his team. Has been a reliable player for them. But that was a pop-up there, and man, Adam Hazley does not come through, and that'll end the 8th inning. We're still tied up at 4 here, but man, a missed opportunity there for the Scorpions. I mean, just too aggressive with their decision-making and their play calling there. Victor Gonzalez comes on out, and yikes, 6.53 ERA. Those are pretty terrible numbers for him this year, and so, I mean, this is not an amazing bullpen, I'll give you that, but certainly probably could have had somebody better to pitch this 9th inning. Here's Wes Adams, and that's a swing and a miss there. That was a sinker way down below in the zone, so not a great swing by Wes right there on that pitch. And now he's down in the count 0-2. And there's a line drive. That one's right back up the middle, and he will get another hit. So even on 0-2 there, ready for the pitch, and he gets his 3rd hit of the game. Really good swing right here on a pitch again on the outside corner of the plate. That's not a bad 2-strike pitch. I mean, you might want it out of the strike zone, but not a pitch right down the middle, and he handled it really well there. So good job. But now a pickoff attempt here, and he's going to be thrown out at second base. So fortunately, Victor Gonzalez caught him leaning a little bit too much there, and that's actually one of the first times that I've done that. Successful pickoff play there. And now there's nobody on and 2 outs for Altuve. And we'll pop it up in the infield. A lot of pop-ups in this episode. And Gonzalez, okay. Kind of a weird, I mean, I don't know what he knew. I don't know if he knew where the ball was there. But does make the catch. Kind of a scary moment after that one almost landed. But we go bottom 9 and 7, 8, 9 hitters here for the Phoenix Scorpions. And JT Chargois is going to come out of the bullpen. 2.54 ERA in 49.2 innings. He's been fantastic this year for Los Angeles. And here's Juan Alfaro, who has been good since he was traded. Remember, he was traded to this team in the beginning of the season, as that's a slider swung on and missed for a strikeout. But he's been pretty good. The OPS is around 840 for him. But good pitch by JT Chargois there, and this time he pretty filthy off-speed stuff there. And now here's Johnny Houston, and how crazy would it be for him to be the hero here as he takes a slider for a strike, and he is 0 for 3 in this game. Looking for that hit number 1 here. This would be a huge spot to get right here. So Chargois coming set on this 0-2, and it is a swing and a miss on a slider down on the corner. Great pitch by Chargois, and a monster strikeout sends us 2 extra innings. Here's Joey Gallo, 2 for 4 in this game, 35 home runs on the season so far. That's a ground ball, and the Castro stops it and throws it to to first base to get the out. That actually was a really impressive play there by Tim Castro, who was shifted here on this play, and he has to go a pretty far distance to stop that baseball, and he makes a perfect throw to first base after that. Here's Michael Busch, 796 OPS for him. Good numbers, as you know, he's batting 7th here in this game. 2-2 pitch. It's on the corner, and it is strike 3. Good location by Gonzalez, and a big-time strikeout ends the top of the 10th inning. So we go bottom 9, and it's 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Tim Castro is up 1 for 4 in this game with a base hit. And I believe he got on with he reached on an error as well in this game. But here he is, 1 for 1. And now he's going to swing and drive that one. And that one is going to get down and in the gap here between the outfielders, and an easy stand-up double for Tim Castro. And one of the fastest men in the majors now is in scoring position for the Scorpions. And this, I mean, that's, you know, sorry, I can't speak. You cannot have asked for a better start to this inning if you're Phoenix right now. A good swing by Castro there. And he is in scoring position. Nathaniel Lowe is at the plate here. And he's going to go to still in third base. And a delayed reaction by the catcher there. I don't know if he actually heard that Castro was stealing. But Tim Castro, man, he just stole third base. And that's one of the only guys that I would say it's actually not an awful idea for him to try and steal third base. But his second stolen base of this game. And now, I mean, this is going to be an easy scenario for Nathaniel Lowe. That's a line drive, and it's going to land in left field, and that ends the ball game. Tim Castro can walk on home, and the Scorpions win it here against the Los Angeles Dragons, and they win it 5-4. So good swing by Nathaniel Lowe. He is the hero here tonight. And the Dragons fall to Phoenix, who improves to 71-65 on the year. So a fantastic catch there by Joey Gallo. And a really good game here late in this one. And again, no full games in this episode, but I really enjoyed this episode and how we, split these critical situations and these player debuts up, and we got to see a lot of game action actually in both of these cases. We got to see 2 extra inning games here in this one, and 2 walk-offs, and you got to see pretty much the entirety of the lineups here for Los Angeles and Phoenix, and as well as Portland and Seattle. So we're gonna go to the batting order, and good. I mean, Los Angeles now with Wes Adams in the fold there. That's what their lineup looks like. 3 for 5 day for Wes Adams. Really good and really successful MLB debut for him in this episode here. And Seager 0 for 3, 0 for 5 was Altuve. But the bottom of this order there, Joey Gallo had a couple hits, and then Santander, Busch, Jung, and Lee all had a hit in this one, and Jung and Lee had RBIs. So Jung up to 40 RBIs, Lee up to 40 RBIs as well now, and Michael Brantley has 75 on the season. So, on the pitching side of things, Alazalai had an okay start in this one, not anything crazy. 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Now, Maeda, 2, scoreless innings for him there. I didn't know about bringing him in this spot, but he does not do terribly. And then Chargois, 1 inning, gives up a couple of hits, gives up the winning run. ERA now sitting at 2.66 for him. And then Phoenix, with the Castro back and now in this offense, we'll see what happens with this offense. But I don't hate this offense. Nathaniel Lowe is okay. Marcus Semien has been pretty good this season. Hunter Renfroe has been awesome. Bohm has been pretty decent. Hazley has been okay and pretty good. Taylor, 7 home runs for him now, 45 RBIs. Not an amazing option there, but, he's okay. And then Alfaro, 285 batting average for him this season is pretty good. So, I think that this offense is, maybe not crazy, not super deep necessarily, but and their pitching is also not the greatest. I think it's a weakness for them. It's just not a deep pitching rotation there in Phoenix, but they have potential there, and they have definitely a chance to have a good last month of the season and make it back or make it to the playoffs for the first time. That is certainly not out of the picture there, as you see the pitching there. Lorenzen 8 hits, 2 runs. Newcomb a scoreless inning, and yeah, I mean a loss there for Victor Gonzalez, or a win for Victor Gonzalez, but 2 innings for him. But I mean this bullpen for Phoenix is also a weakness of theirs as well. So that'll be it for me, everybody, in this episode. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this one. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from me as we continue with the Show 22 Custom League. I'll be back with more debuts as we continue September call-ups next episode here and get into the last month of this regular season. So we're wrapping up year 2 here. We'll be done in a bit here with this regular season, and then we'll get to the playoffs. But you've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Or Lucas Johnson, sorry, that was, used to be my channel name, but now it's Lucas Johnson, and so, thank you guys for watching this episode, and I will see all you guys in the next one. Hope you have a great weekend, and, bless your Sundays out there for everyone, and I will talk to you guys in the next episode. So, thank you for watching, have a great day, and God bless.